Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Knight. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, trying to start it out with a bang. But it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. T.J. Watt in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway. But when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. T.J. Watt. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. shotgun. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right, and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he can't find room to run. Bell's going to go down, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He spins free. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again, Ryan. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, the spin. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action now. Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Again, Ryan. Letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the ref makes a call, no touchdown there, wipe it off the board. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Humphreys. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And the lead is down to 9. It's 15-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of...
Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. And a pressure gets to him again. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Adam Humphries deep to return. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Ryan on first down. He gets it to Humphries. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays, have them on the move on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll set up to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script on either side?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
they
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. After the penalty, it's Bell, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Here's Ryan. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on, use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way.
Return team.
So that will push him back.
First down.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. No, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he fields it cleanly. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. Look at the spin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw now on 1st down. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They give him a gain of 37. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to...
he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Ryan. And too much juice. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again is Ryan. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They go play action with Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And the final 2 weeks, just like a formality pretty much, they're going to be the #1 seed. But there is the matter of that perfect record, 14-0 right now. How might that change how they approach these next 2 games?
And I think what it does is it forces you to come together as a team and as an organization and say, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here?
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Back to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Ryan goes underneath for Bell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down. Again, Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face